Hello, and welcome to Bite Me, a vampire dating sim. These are the vampires, all of them, I assume. And we're just gonna go ahead and start. I don't hear any audio. Oh, your steps echo in the silence of the dusk as you reach the door of the mansion. Tall doors and metal engravings greet you. The light dance inside a party. Eerie nervousness washes over your body as you almost hesitate to knock on the door. Questions cloud your already anxious mind. How did you get invited to this glamorous Yalda party without knowing who lived here? Without knowing any of the hosts? What's your name? Let's go. Oh, that's enter? Yeah. Please choose your pronouns. Click anywhere. Oh, your invitation email addresses you by name and was assigned by A. Kimiagar, so the person that owns the mansion. As if whoever invited you knew you already. As if the mansion hears your thoughts, the doors creep open. The warm light inside beckons you in. With the evening wind chilling your back, you muster the confidence to step foot inside, passing the safe threshold of the longest night of the year. The doors cling shut behind you. With no one greeting you at the door or ushering you to where you believe you're meant to be, your mind wanders. Is it morbid curiosity, or are you under a spell? The front door opens into the cellar? Your feet drag you towards an empty hallway, towards a distant sound of music and chatter. A little farther down, you reach the dark, gloomy portraits. The faces follow you from inside their silver gilded picture frames, as if they know you don't belong here. Oh. The largest and most awe inspiring painting is a large scale oil portrait of a young woman mounted at the center, surrounded by other images. She holds a young boy in her arms, joy radiating from her face. You wonder if this was the woman who first owned the manor years ago. Next to it on the left is a solo painting of the charming man with long dark hair, a bright yet subdued smile on his face, but his eyes seem lost. Perhaps it was the artist's intention to leave out the highlights in his eyes. You read the engraved label embedded in the frame. Yadu. That must be his name. From the top left of the wall, a pair of bloodshot eyes call for your attention. The photograph must have been taken at a horrible time. The person inside looks barely awake. His dark hair covers part of his face, seeming to be cut in a rush. His ears are pierced in many places, and from the looks of it, his outfits and harness, he looks alternative, to say the least. Engraved on the frame is his name, Cheyenne. The photograph strikes you as out of place. This is the only photograph on the wall that looks strangely normal. The person looks content and collected, her hair attended to and her leather jacket shining in the photo. A subtle smile adorns her face. Telesim, that must be their name. Your eyes flit to the painting beside it. Warmer tones envelop the entire painting. At its center, a woman staring deep into your soul. Unlike the last portrait, she does not smile, instead, her lips lay neutral. Her expression is stoic and brooding. You don't know how, but you get the sense that whoever she is, she's seen a lot. This one's engraved with the name Shirin. Oh, does she have a scar on her chest? This elegant older woman frowns from above, her chin high. Her dark gray hair houses a few strands of white like frost on a tree. Your eyes are immediately fixed on her skin markings. Upon closer inspection, you notice they are not tattoos, but rather scarifications of symbols you don't recognize. Unlike the others, this frame reads no name. You look around again. This time your eyes are enchanted by a depiction of a refined and elegant woman with vintage waves in her hair. She sits with a wine glass in her hand. Her smile is warm, and her eyes have the sense of determination in them. There was a certain intensity in her gaze, as if there was something she wanted to prove. Embedded in the frame is the name Faranak? Faranak. You stare at the photograph on the top left. The same person who occupies its neighbor's painting stares back at you. This time she faces you. Her tenderness more apparent. The hair is adorned with a gold flower like jewelry, and her outfit matches with her makeup. You get the sense that whoever this person is, they put considerable time and effort into their style. The frame reads Hayat. Same one then. Bars on the top right is a painting of a lively woman facing to your right. Her face is stoic, but her eyes betray their owner, a glimpse into a passionate young soul. Her skin glistens in the paintings, an ethereal glow surrounding her. She has two portraits. I wonder why. Oh, deeper to your left and into the hallway, you hear a different kind of music, faint and far. It's barely audible, melancholic tone calling to you. You take one slow step forward. The music stops. Is someone there? No. The temperature seems to drop as soon as the mysterious voice speaks. You stand still, holding your breath. A few seconds pass by in silence. Goosebumps form along your arm as the cool air envelops your body. Quick, you must make a choice. Leave the corridor and go right where you last saw everyone else. Do you want to make any trouble, do you? Trust your instincts and go even deeper. Okay, sure, let's go deeper. The portraits watch you as you step closer and closer to the source of the music. Intricate strings rise and fall in pitch, closer and closer until you reach a thin gray curtain. Behind it, you can make out the silhouette of a woman, her back to the curtain. She holds an instrument, long and lute like, with the three pegs on each side. A tar. Across from the curtain is a nightstand, with a few objects scattered on it. You absent-mindedly pick up the items, lost in the enchanting melody. Oh, what the fuck? I don't know. This? A silver round plate with a gentle face in the middle. Thin strands of metal spread out from the center, turning the woman's face into a glowing sun. You could swear that the plate was hot to touch, but it must have been your imagination. A handwritten letter in Farsi. My darling Atash, do not worry yourself, we are safe. I was distressed all the way to Tehran. They have blocked the pathways. The gunner scared Kedar Khan's horse at dusk and I fell. No one's around to see my hair, but it's better if you take this stagecoach. I take the photo you send me everywhere. I know you'll be here soon, but my longing heart knows no logic. Don't let Shirin suffer too much. I ordered an elephant tusk cane for her, small and appropriate for her. Missing you, Golbano. The paper looks worn with time, the writing smudged in some places. It smells of henna and cedar. A light statuette of a lion lounged. The details of the mane and the facial features of the lion are delicate, giving its posture a certain artistic grit. Mesopotamian astrology symbols are hidden underneath the base. Okay, when you turn it, you notice a few dark red spots that resemble fingerprint smudges. Okay, proceed. Suddenly, the woman stops. She crouches over the instrument, coughing violently. She reaches to grab a glass from a nightstand next to her. Oh, the glass breaks in pieces, some falling as far as your side of the curtain. From under it, a red viscous liquid slowly flows outwards. You take a step back, hitting the nightstand behind you.
Who's there?
Me!
Hayat. Jadu.
No, is that how you say that, Jadu? The shadow rises, turning towards the curtain. You quickly step away and back the way you came. You cannot speak. You cannot stop or apologize. Primal fear has locked your voice inside your throat. Steps turning into running as you take a quick look over her shoulder to see if she follows. Nothing. Phew, no one seems to be. You run full force into someone, the impact jolting them back. You gasp for air. Immediately before you is a tall, broad figure.
Oh there. You lost? This isn't really part of the party.
I'm lost. Can I go back to the party? You stumble back. She catches your arm firmly.
Are you alright, doll?
No. She lets go of your arm as you balance yourself. You faintly recognize her face from the portraits on the wall. I'm okay, thank you. You look to the side, a little embarrassed. She tilts her head and gives you a soft and warm smile.
Welcome to our house. You must be Madeire's guest. I'm
Madaire.
Delesp. He and she.
Madaire. Like mother? Oh, hello. The less. The less? Hmm. Nice to meet you. The less. I'm sorry, I got a little lost on the way in. You pause. Madeire's guest? Who's. He quickly interrupts you.
All good. I'll take you back to the party. Try not to wander around all on your own. I won't be here to save you next time.
Okay. He turns and begins to walk, beckoning you to follow. You quickly catch up. Did you say save me?
Construction and whatnot. This house is very, very old. We've had some ceilings and tiles falling off on people or breaking down.
Well, that's not good. Also, you're full of shit. You're lying. His hands rest on the small of your back, gentle and strong. He takes you back down where you came. You don't realize how far you wandered off until she takes you down the one corridor into another and up another. Your eyes can't help but linger onto her broad shoulders, stoned arms, and sleeves rolled up just past her elbows. Tattoos curl up from his chest onto his neck. The sudden change in lighting takes you out of your daydreams. You are back in the main hall. The buzzing of the party fills your ears. Tell us. I forgot already how to pronounce it. Guides you to the home bar. Guides you to the home bar on the other side of the room. His hands still so close to your back. Every guest moves away, making space for you two, as he takes you to who you assume is the Kimigar family awaits. You stride deeper into the mansion's heart, where you can spot more than a dozen guests enjoying the night, tables filled with wine glasses and hors d'oeuvre plates. Hors d'oeuvres? The roof above has beautiful black tiles and delicate golden patterns. A long golden staircase diverges in two above a fireplace and reaches the sides of the main hall, with red floor lamps on each side. Black curtains separate the gathering from what seem to be different hallways. Behind them, you can make out a series of grand paintings with wooden frames in an endless path, alongside crimson painted walls. Delism pauses midway, seeming remembering something. She turns to you.
Oh, and I gotta tell you, we have a strict no phone policy to protect everyone's privacy. We've had a lot of paparazzi sneak in. You understand, right?
I don't even know what I'm doing here. She brings her hand forward, waiting. You nod. Her words are more of an order than a question. You hand her your phone. No.
All right now.
Such a bad idea. Taliesin gestures towards a taller woman standing on the side of the bar. Hello. She does not answer at first. Deep in thought, observing the guest, she takes a sip from her drink.
Fadanak. Hey, here.
Talison's voice finally breaches through her trance. She turns and notices Taliesin first, then you. Her eyes slightly widen and a grin forms on her face.
My sister, Fadanak. Fadanak, this is Mother's guest.
She brings her hand forward, holding yours.
Lovely to see you. Welcome to our home.
I am welcomed. Gently and slowly, she traces her long nails up and down your palm. You shiver.
And look, you're cold. Let's get some liquor.
Oh no, I don't want to drink.
We have a new guest.
Another person. She turns towards the bar, calling.
Lovely to meet you. I'm Hayat.
Oh, she doesn't say the rest of it. Okay. Drink a mocktail. Hayat nods, taking a glass from behind the counter and mixing a drink. Here. Oh,
Have the Hayat special. My own spin on a classic blood and sand cocktail.
what's a blood and sand cocktail?
When I bartend at my own parties. And may I say, you look sensational.
Oh, so nice. Thank you. I meant to ask your sibling who is. Music washes out your voice, unable to reach Hayat. She turns towards another guest at the other side of the bar. As you reach for the drink, your arms pushes on something. You look down to find that you accidentally knocked something down from the bar. A cigarette pack. Someone next to you swiftly picks it up. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's alright. Here, sit next to me.
Oh, she has a cane. You nod. As you sit on the stool next to her, she moves her cane to the other side to make space.
I'm
sh-
Julian. I hope you find our home comforting.
Wait. In the letter, I forgot the names that were mentioned already. Damn it. She smiles, her eyes fixated on you. Her gaze is soft and gentle, her voice barely a whisper. She takes a sip from her drink, moving her attention elsewhere. When you finally take a sip from your own red drink, you reach for napkins across the bar. Your elbow grazes against the body, landing a soft hit. Jesus Christ, I keep hitting into everything. A hand grabs your forearm, fingers buried. You yelp, trying to turn, but the grip restricts your movements. You catch Sharon's attention, a frown appearing on her face.
Jadu.
You hear a scoff. The hand lets go of you. You wince, turning enough to see a man looming over you. You take a step back.
Oh my. I did not mean to scare you.
Liar! His big grin and sarcastic tone tells you otherwise. His voice breaks through the chaos of the party so easily, clearly and concisely, as if everyone has stopped talking. His eyes slowly roam up and down your body.
I'm Jadu. You look divine. Good thing I didn't break your pretty wrist.
I somehow don't think I would win this fight. It's listen, he's picking a fight. I don't think I'm gonna win it, but you take one step away from him. This man's soft and delicate looks were the same as you had seen in the portraits, but his demeanor was much darker and unpredictable. Thanks. You sit down as far away from him as you can. Your shoulders still tense from the interaction. Faranak and Telsum. I know I'm not saying the names right. It's bothering me. Are farther away from you, deep in conversation, but you can recognize another family member of theirs from the painting sitting next to you. They down a can of Monster without even looking up from their phone. They notice you staring at them. He finally looks up from his phone, an annoyed look on his face.
Can you cut it out? You're staring.
You're the one drinking Monster at a party. One look at your face and their gaze quickly softens, their tough exterior breaking down. Their eyes widen in surprise, seemingly remembering you. They lean forwards, a little too close.
Oh. Hey.
Does everyone know me and I just don't remember? Hi. Sorry, I didn't mean to stare.
Oh, hey. It's okay. You must know I'm not used to new people.
I don't know shit. I see. I didn't catch your name. Cheyenne? Looks glum for a moment, but quickly perks himself back up. Cheyenne, okay.
Fantastic. Again, sorry about it. Anyway, good that you're here. You look so nice.
I don't know these people. Have I been here before? Thank you. I appreciate that. He smiles, eyes radiating joy. They continue watching you from the corner of their eyes, failing at at being subtle. Okay. The lights in the room grow slightly dim. Cheyenne practically runs to one of the tables, picking up an empty plate. Each of the other hosts strolls along to a different corner, leaving you alone. The other guests don't seem as inviting as your hosts. Their judgmental glare is following you everywhere. You find a wall to lean against and breathe. The crowd overwhelms you, especially since you know no one of the other guests? None of the... can't read anymore, man. Ugh! The crowd overwhelms you, especially since you know none of the other guests. This was your town, so where were the folks you knew? In a sea of unfamiliar faces, you decide to find the hosts again. Socialize, Faranak seems to make her way through the crowd, talking to each and every guest. Go back to the bar, maybe a good drink will help you settle. Hayat seems to be less busy now. Find a comfy corner, Jadu's lounging on a love seat with space for two. The dessert table, you can see Cheyenne filling their plate with cookies. The balcony, Sharon seems to be headed in the same direction, looking overwhelmed. Can I? Okay, so this is probably like where it splits, yeah? I'm going back to the bar. You approach Hayat at the bar. Her face lights up as you approach.
What can I get you?
Out of here. You order your drink of choice, ask if she has anything non-alcoholic. Usually you feel a bit awkward asking for something non-alcoholic at a bar, but Hayat just smiles warmly and nods.
Can totally make a mocktail of whatever you want.
What are you feeling like drinking today? Something strong. Like, wait, these are all mocktails, no? Something classy like Manhattan, something reliable like gin and tonic. I like gin and tonic. What is dark and stormy? I know what this one is. I know what these two are. A peach, I guess? Nods in
That's
agreement.
literally my favorite drink.
Oh, really? Okay.
Great choice. Daiquiris are so fun to make. They're like a fun alcoholic slushy. It's actually the drink that got me into bartending.
Alright. Is that how you say it? Daiquiris? Really?
Back in college, when I realized that drinking wasn't just your average beer or hard seltzer, I ended up at a high-end bar after exam season.
Hmm.
Bartender made me one of these, and I had to know how to make it myself. Been falling further and further down the mixology wormhole ever since.
Okay. So you bartended in college?
No, I wish. I was in college for art history and conservation.
Oh.
I only started bartending officially when I needed to, after student loans. Anyways, let me get you that peach daiquiri.
Okay. Hayat immediately gets to work mixing it up before you. She's extremely meticulous in her methods. When she pours pears into the jigger? Is that the metal thingy? She takes a few moments adding minuscule droplets so that the measurements is absolutely perfect. She even goes as far as adding a rim of sugar to the glass and expressing the oils of a lemon peel onto your drink. A bright and sweet aroma taking over.
I figured you might enjoy some extra aromatics. I love citrus. It brightens any drink you put it in.
Okay, I don't know the first thing about drinking, so I'll take your word for it. She hands you your drink, shooting a gentle smile in your direction. Up close, you realize just how pretty she is. Yeah, I noticed in the portrait already. It almost catches you off guard. Her personality shines through to her outward appearance. You can't help but smile back. You take a sip of your drink and it is absolutely delicious. Whoa, this is amazing.
So glad you think so. You should tip me.
I should. Do I have money on me? She says the last part completely deadpan and serious. Your brows furrow, looking down to try and find your wallet.
Hey, it was a joke, silly. Just a glimpse of that smile alone is reward enough for me.
Oh, that's very nice. Your cheeks warm up. God, imagine being this lovely every day. How does she do it? You take a few moments to enjoy your drink before trying your hand at some small talk. You have quite the life, the family, the house. I love your jewelry. You're so gorgeous. Sure. You vaguely point at the golden jewelry that adorned her ears, neck, and hands.
Aw, thank you. All of these are mother's hand-me-downs. See this bracelet? These charms are all different alchemical runes.
Oh, okay. She holds her wrist up to you, and you watch as the gold symbols shine in the light.
This one's my favorite.
Which one? She points at an intricate rune.
Magnesium.
Oh,
Because when ignited, magnesium carbonate isn't easily extinguished.
Hmm.
So, to the alchemists, it represented eternity.
oh, okay. I didn't know that. You're enchanted by how she seems very knowledgeable and passionate about almost everything she talks about. She continues on to the other charms on her bracelets.
7 planetary metals. On my other hand, we've got the 12 alchemical processes. These aren't just star signs. They actually assigned the zodiac signs to each process as a form of cryptography.
I don't know anything about alchemy. Well, you know a lot about alchemy.
Everything I know, I learned from Medea.
Is Medea the old lady? She was the only one that didn't have a nameplate, right? It's not long before other guests begin to interject your conversation, asking for drinks, cocktails, and whatnot. Hayat seems to get frustrated every time she gets interrupted, but puts on her best smile as she serves the other guests.
I really hope no one wants more drinks. I'm going to lose it if I forget what I'm on about again.
Do you want to ditch for a bit? Joe can ask for another drink. Nah. Do you want to ditch for a bit? Hayat thinks for a moment, looks around, and realizes it's an opportune moment to sneak away for a while. She nods, sneaking her way around the bar and grabbing her hand gently.
I'll show you my favorite part of the house.
Okay. How big is the house? You let Hayat take you away from the crowd, down a dark and winding hallway. She stops upon a corridor lined with beautiful glass display cases, each holding a different antique inside. There's not a single speck of dust to be seen. These are cared for immaculately.
Present to you the Kamiagar family collection.
Kamiagar. She watches your face, amazed by these small pieces of history. They watch you with such keen eye, as if you're another one of their prized possessions. Hayat walks down the corridor, holding you by their side.
Here are 600 AD alchemical supplies. Beakers, mortar and pestle, even little component jars.
You guys just have that lying around? They point at a few framed vintage issues of Vogue.
Oh, and here are some of Farinak's auction winnings, hot from the press in 1952. And there's Cheyenne's old guitar. They broke it back in their band days. I had to buy it off their old bandmate. Cheyenne didn't even help me haggle for it.
She points at a she points out a few items here and there, giving you just a taste of all the stories these heirlooms hide. She shows you a few of Talisman's old school scuffed motorcycle tire rims and some of Sharon's beautiful vintage smoking pipes. She skips over a black and white photo display of Jadu performing at the ballet.
Dare wants me to sell all of her stuff so I can use the money to pay off my loans and go travel the world, just like she did. But I don't want to let go of any of these. Every beautiful thing has a story to tell.
Relatable. She reaches for you, putting a strand of hair behind your ear.
Wonder what your story is.
I just showed up here with an invitation. I don't know anyone here. Hayat stares into your eyes. Her makeup glitters in the faint light. One of the 1800 boudoir clock rings, taking you both out of your trance.
Look at the time. We should get back before they notice I'm gone.
Okay. You realize you've been holding her hand this entire time as she uses it to lead you back to the reception hall. It feels like you've known Hayat forever. She seems to remember exactly what you say and how you say it. It's intoxicating, being her subject of undivided attention.
All right, sweetheart. I really enjoyed talking to you, but you must eat. I can tell you're getting a little tired.
You want to protest and say that you'll be fine, but she brings her fingers up to her lips.
Don't try to lie. I can see it in your eyes. Before you go, I need to give you something to remember me by.
Is it another mocktail? You watch as she takes a golden bangle off her arm, takes your hand and slides it on your wrist. No. I can't take this from you. Hyde frowns, filling you with a bit of guilt.
No, I insist. You want to remember me, right?
You nod in defeat, and she smiles again. Oh, wait, because seemingly I've been here before, right? So, is that why she's giving me that? Because under normal circumstances, you can't just take someone's mom's jewelry from them, dude. You wave goodbye as you move to the other side of the party. Soon dinner is served. Servants bring a new round of hors d'oeuvres and leave other more ornate trays at the dining table. You look around the party, noticing everyone beginning to settle down for food. Yet, Jadu and Faranak congregate closer to the dining table, taking a seat whilst deep in conversation. Sharon seems to leave them for a smoke break. Cheyenne gets up from his seat and does a small spin in a new jacket. Hayat and Telsum give him a quick round of applause. They seem deep in conversation when you join their little circle at the bar and take a seat.
Thank you, Hayat. It's awesome. It looks just like the one I used to wear.
Hayat beams brightly.
I'm so glad that you do. It took 3 different thrift store donation bins to find a genuine jacket in that condition.
You're the best. I don't think anyone could ever outdo this.
Hayat smiles and grabs hold of Cheyenne's arm, excitement beaming from her voice.
I actually did some research and found out that the designer manufactured this specific jacket in 1983, which would line up with when you and Amin went to the Mojave Desert for your debut.
At the mention of Amin, Cheyenne looks sorrowful. He runs his hand along the sleeve of the jacket, as if memories were starting to flood his mind and slowly his eyes. Hayat immediately goes quiet.
Yacht? What did we say about bringing that up?
Not to, I guess.
I'm fine. Really. This is just maybe one of the most thoughtful gifts I've ever gotten.
He sits and rubs the corner of his eyes. Dawson puts her hand around his shoulder, squeezing him twice.
Hey,
Cheyenne huffs, leaning their head back to protect his already smudged eyeliner.
It's fine. I'm fine. I'm not gonna cry. Especially not in front of...
Cheyenne looks at you. In doing so, both Hayat and Telson notice you as well. Talsum nods, letting go of Cheyenne. Hayat only smiles. It seems you came at the right time to change the subject. You take the stool next to Hayat. They reach for your waist and hug you for a brief moment as you sit down. Her dreamy eyes lock onto yours.
Looking at you up close and not from behind a bar, you're really beautiful.
Ma'am, please, I'm weak. Don't do this. No, you are. See, I don't know if that's rude to do or not, but like 100%, I'd be like, no, you are. I feel like I'm taking all the wrong choices, but okay. Oh.
You should learn to take a compliment, or else I might not just give them to you at all.
Okay, I'm sorry. Her hands leave your waist to grab her drink. She takes a long sip before sighing.
There's nothing worse than someone shooting down and reversing a compliment just to avoid accepting it. It's like you feel threatened by being called beautiful or something, which you shouldn't.
Hey, yo, whoever wrote this shit, stop bullying me. What the fuck? Fine. You rub the back of your neck in slight embarrassment. Maybe you should have just thanked her for the compliment, I guess. Talsum Nas breaks your trance. He brings in a round of shots for all of you. The sibling talks about everything, from their memories of last seeing each other in Sari a few winters ago to complaining about having to do these parties every year. After another round of drinks, Cheyenne takes out a joint. Noticing your stare, they tilt their head.
Do you want a hit?
Before you can respond, Talsum snatches the joint away.
Not at the table.
Talsum takes a quick step to the nearest trash bin. Cheyenne fake pouts, following Talsum with his eyes. Talsum takes a quick stop at the dinner table, seeming to chat with Faranak.
Joke's on him. I've got another one.
He takes out another joint, placing it in between his lips. Hayat narrows her eyes, shifting away from him.
Do you absolutely need to smoke? I hate the smell of weed.
It does smell pretty strong.
Listen, we're all probably gonna die soon.
Oh,
I don't want to be sober for it.
okay. Despite his words, Cheyenne moves a few seats away. You wonder what exactly they meant by probably gonna die soon. The words linger in your mind for less than a second before they are interrupted by Talsum.
Don't be so dramatic, Cheyenne. We're not gonna die. Wait, didn't I tell you not to smoke at the...
Talsum sighs and rubs her temple, chuckling. Among their laughter, you feel like an outsider. This is a family reunion you're not part of. As if magically hearing you, Hayat turns to you and reaches for your hand, fingers intertwined. You smile. Hayat suddenly gasps.
Oh, tell us him. Want to see what I got you?
Talsum nods, moving her stool closer to Hayat. Hayat brings out the retro CD player and places it in Talsum's hand. Talsum's jaw drops as she examines the old device. Her cheeks are already rosy from the drinks. You can tell from the empty shot glasses and the half-downed old-fashioned on a coaster right next to her. Cheyenne grins at Talsum and then looks to Hayat, giving her a thumbs up for finding yet another good thrift.
Holy shit. Where the hell did you find this?
Someone brought it into the shop the other day. I tried my best to tell them that it doesn't count as an antique, but I realized they all
Doesn't it though?
these.
From behind the bar, Hayat brings out a stack of old rock and roll CDs. Talsum's jaw drops, immediately looking through each album.
I thought you'd want 'em. So instead of telling him to donate it to the local thrift, I bargained him down to giving it all to me for $20. No need to thank me or anything.
Hayat brushes her shoulders off, almost basking in
I
self-satisfaction.
used to play this one in all of the old leather clubs. Hey, and this one's still a classic at the shop. Why would anyone want to get rid of this?
I don't think you realize how outdated your music taste is, Dillis.
Outdated? I swear this album only came out a couple of years ago.
1976 is a couple years ago.
Uh?
Tell us no one even uses CDs anymore.
Hey, speak for yourself. Are we still playing vinyls on the old record player for this whole shindig?
Yeah, but records are coming back, CDs not so much. The two siblings grin, exchanging knowing glances.
We've been using a Bluetooth speaker this entire time. Hayat sold the record player last year.
Oh,
Wait, did you sell the records too? Some of those were mine.
About that.
They sold their records! Tellson's face flashes with so many emotions confusion, anger, sadness, all stages of grief. Cheyenne puts their arm around Tellson's, both consoling and distracting him. You cannot catch the rest of their conversation. The clatter of forks and knives and the sound of chatter among other guests signal the end of the meal. Oh no. The grandfather clock hits 10. Its sounds resonating through the reception hall. You feel the loud music slow down. Chairs slide on the floor. Chatter resumes and guests slowly move back towards the main hall. You notice a shift in the atmosphere. Only 10 or 12 of the guests have stayed, leaving the room much quieter than before. They stick in groups of 2 or 3 around each host. Ghostly calm washes over the room like a wave, and the hosts stare at the top of the stairs, seemingly awaiting something. Soon enough, an older woman begins to descend the steps. You blink You blink once. You recognize her from the portraits, the matriarch of the family. From the look of her, the only thing that has changed is her age. Her demeanor remains as regal as her portraits. As she descends, you notice a stringed instrument at her side. Immediately, you recognize the instrument, a tar. Your eyes widen in shock. This was the woman whom you had interrupted before. She seems like ashes of a burning fire, destructive and beautiful, but long put out of their spark. As her eyes roam across the guests, she stops in the stairs. Her gaze lingers on you knowingly. I'm sorry. Your throat tightens. The faintest smile adorns her lips. Her footsteps echo through the manor, almost in the exact tempo of your heartbeat. She slowly settles on a velvet love seat, crosses her legs elegantly, and places the instrument on her lap. A benign silence takes over the room. Without uttering a single word, she begins to play. A thrilling melody floods your ears. You watch her, entranced in her music. You join Hayat on the sofa, your eyes locked on the older woman and her music. Her skin is adorned with traveling lines around her chin, running up to the corners of her lips and around her deep dark eyes. Her long ash gray hair is loosely braided, falling to her waist. Her flesh is marked with scarring and symbols, words that you are not close enough to read. You watch her melancholy smile, mesmerized by her music. Hayat watches her as well, swaying ever so slightly with the music. You tap her on the shoulder. She looks at you, gleaming. The music is beautiful. Is that your mother?
I know. She's fantastic at what she does.
The music clings to your heart, like a crying animal looking for its mother. It washes over your body like a wave of salt water, stinging and cold. With no warning, a visceral dread crawls through your bone. Lost in her music, Mother finally looks up to you. Two small glowing glints of red glowing, slowly burning in her eyes. Your heart skips a beat, your mouth begins to feel dry, and your chest aches sharply. Your heart drops to your stomach, and your hands begin to tremble. Before you can process what you feel, what you think, Hayat comes in closer, kissing your cheek warmly. You feel the warmth of her lips resonate through your body.
I'm sorry I had to be this way. My mother needs this. She needs you.
Okay. Wait, do you mean... You can barely process her words when you feel her hand run up the back of your neck and through your hair. She presses her forehead to yours, staring deep into your
I
eyes.
want to save you. I do. But she's family. I can't lose another one. You understand, right?
Okay. You feel her grip on your hair tightly, jerking your head back. Her other hand caresses your neck, two fingers press different spots along your skin, searching for something.
Ah, there it is.
She grins, baring her teeth. For a brief moment, you see the glimmer of golden pieces attached to her canines. She sinks her teeth into your neck, right below your ear. You shake and struggle and try to get her off of you, but she holds you tightly. You squirm, but with each movement, you feel metal pieces cutting deeper and deeper into you. Stinging pain surges through your spine. You open your mouth to scream, but all that comes out is a low sob. You gasp for air, looking to your sides for help. Instead, you watch as the Kiyomar family slaughter anyone in sight. You can't take your eyes away from the carnage, watching as the floor turns scarlet red. Yadu, Shirin, Faranak, Telsum, Hayat, all covered in blood. All killers. And there in the center of it all, Madare sits stoic and serene. Hayat finally pulls her teeth out of your neck, your flesh still tender and aches. You can see her blood dripping from down her chin, her tongue traces the rim of her red covered lips.
I think she'll enjoy you.
Oh, you think? You feel her press a cold glass against your neck, collecting your blood. You try to claw at her face, but she easily pushes you down.
Don't struggle, darling.
What the fuck? Hayat's hand presses onto your wound. You hiss as it
You
stings.
feel that?
With with stained fingers, she presses on your sensitive skin. You yelp in pain.
That's the carotid artery. And I've just flayed it open.
Her voice is monotone and serious, and you feel like an open book in front of her. One one she's examining or tearing open to repair and salvage the parts. You press your hand to your neck to try and stop the bleeding, but it's simply too much to stop. She lets out a soft laugh.
Oh. You really don't know any better, do you?
Apparently not. She stands up from her seat, then moves to kneel in front of you. Her face stands next to yours.
You have just about 3 minutes left in this life. Maybe a little more. Maybe a little less.
Great. With all your strength, you lift your body a few millimeters from the sofa. Hayat easily pushes you back
I
down.
suggest you try to think happy thoughts. The last thing you'd want to do before you die is ask questions you wouldn't get answers to, right?
You gasp for air, but only liquid fills your
Think
lungs.
of home. Think of family. Think of your dreams.
She adamantly watches you bleed out, fragile, broken. She runs her hands through your hair, caressing you gently.
Think of what you wanted to be when you grew up. Think of the stories they'd tell you when you were a kid. Think of how they made you forget about the pain of the real world.
You take one last breath, and the world goes dark. I died! Fuck! Wait. No. Okay, wait. On to ditch. Okay. Hyde smiles brightly as you accept her gift.
Come back and talk to me more, alright?
And with that, you give a wave goodbye and move to the other side of the party. Okay. Thank you? You utter a small thank you, blushing at the sudden compliment. Hayat smiles wildly as her arms still on your waist, drawing nearer. Her skin smells of magnolia and other herbs, earthly and sweet. Her breathing is quick and exciting.
When I was a kid, I surrounded myself with flowers and pretty paintings. I thought I'd be some fairy princess and use my magic to make the spring last forever, so none of the flowers would ever wilt. But every flower wilts eventually.
Is it me? Am I wilting? Okay. She speaks slower and slower, and for a moment, time stops. In her eyes, you're the only other person in the room, the only one worth looking at.
I hope your beauty lasts forever. I think the world deserves to see it.
You're gonna kill me if I don't do this right. Carlson laughs, breaks your trance. He brings another round of shots for all of you. Oh. This is the same. Okay, what do I say to this? This is a problem. I don't know what to say to this. Is that your mother? This music is beautiful. Is that your mother?
Yeah. Isn't she great? That tar she's playing? I repaired it for her.
Oh. The music clings to your heart like a crying animal looking for its mother. It washes over your body like a wave of salt water, stinging and cold. With no warning, a visceral dread crawls to your bones. Oh no. This just okay, there's no happy ending then. No? Okay.
We're gonna play a game, alright?
Oh, it's different? Before you can question her, Madara's music slowly turns down. She plays the last few bars quieter and quieter. And then, with the last note, a cacophony of screams. The sound runs up through your spine like electricity jolting your entire body. Hayat keeps you in her embrace. From the corner of her eyes, you see a pool of deep red liquid gathering on the concrete floor. You watch, frozen in place, the carnage happening before you. Faranak runs her nails across the throat of her guests, silently slitting it open as her gloved hands collect their into a wine glass. You see a dinner guest with her eyes shut close. Next to them is Sharon, her back turned to them as she holds a handkerchief up to her mouth and nose. Tell us some guessed this. You can see the bite mark on their airway. Their windpipe was crushed between their teeth. He wipes the blood off his face with his shop towel and collects their blood into a glens huh? Glencairn glass and hands it to Hyatt. Hyatt looks over to you, wiping blood from his lips. Oh, Cheyenne, sorry. He pushes the dead body over. It has bruises and handprints on either side of their neck. His frenzied eyes lock onto you. You look away. But none of these reach the pool of blood at your feet. You follow the trail to its source. Jado's guest is laid out on the floor, drenched in a pool of blood, strange symbols carved into their chest. Their face and torso stabbed in multiple places. Blood and entrails stain his outfit. Jado holds a silver goblet of their blood in his hands. Covered in red, he walks up to Mother and offers her the glass, leaning slightly to kiss her forehead. Mother doesn't react. Hayat grabs either side of your head to force you to look at her again, her voice dropping.
Play dead. Just trust me. Please.
Okay. She gives a reassuring smile, flashing golden metal pieces on her teeth. In a blink, she leans in again, sinking her teeth right below your ear. You feel a dull, stinging pain surge through your spine. You squirm, trying to get away from her grasp, but the pain persists. She pulls away for just a moment. You feel the metal teeth dragging out, shooting pain signals in their path.
Shh. Stop squirming, or I'll break a main artery. This is very precise. I'm not trying to kill you.
Okay. She goes back in and presses her teeth in the exact spot where they were before. You grow dizzy. She deepens the wound and holds a glass against your neck, slowly filling it with blood. She places her fingers gently onto the incision she made. It scabs over as the blood clots up and it begins to heal. She licks the dark crimson liquid from her fingers.
Not so bad. Here's the play dead part.
She gets up, holding the shot glass of blood. She gently lays her head against the back of the sofa, making sure your neck is away from view, then closes your eyelids. You hear the sound of a body being dragged across the floor towards you. She splashes some blood around your body, the perfect disguise. Stay down and stay quiet. She sprinkles some of the hot liquid onto your clothes as well. As soon as you hear her walk away from you, you flicker your eyes open. All around you are bodies, bleeding, fallen, and limp. Your bleeding is not as severe. Despite this, your vision is hazy from the sudden blood loss, but you can see the Kigamar family gathering by matter. Your heart, your head hurts from all the questions, from what you saw, from what happened, but most importantly, the blood leaking from your neck. You try to force yourself to make sense of it all as you lay still on the sofa. You should run. No! But some twisted part of you keeps you locked to the sofa as you peek inward at the family in the hall. The siblings stand before Matter, all drenched in blood. Hayat stands closest to her, holding the tray of blood-filled glasses. Yes, yes, make sure your mother drinks. God forbid you actually respect her wishes for once. Matter sneers, scolding every single one of them with her gaze. I know why you all care. It's for yourselves. It's not for me. Each of the siblings looks down, as though they've heard this speech before. Let me die. At least then I would finally do some good.
Mother, it's not like that. We just don't want to watch you die. Don't make us.
Hayat huffs, tears welling up in her eyes. Mother's expression softens, reaching up and wiping her tears away. Her hand then moves downwards to hold Hayat's hand in her own. Oh, my darling child, do not waste your tears for me.
Give us one more chance. There has to be something here that you like. We made sure only to invite O negatives this time. Just try it one last time.
Fine, but you all must move on with your lives without me if you haven't found me a proper blood bag tonight. Hayat nods, walking up to her with the silver tray. One by one, she offers her a glass. The hope soon leaves the siblings' eyes. Mother lets go of each glass after just one sip, letting it shatter on the ground. Her expression grew more and more twisted, eyebrows drawn together, deep lines in her forehead. With a delicate hand, Mother takes the last glass from the tray. She takes a moment to take one slow, taunting look at her children. Hayat bites her lower lip, fidgeting with her long nails. She steals a quick glance at your direction. This must be your blood. Your heart pounds in your ear. You wait to hear the glass shatter, for her to reject your blood, for her to end this madness. Nothing. You watch as red veins begin to appear all over her neck, and her eyes go bloodshot, the same shade as the portraits. Absolutely delicious. Oh, fuck me. Hyatt beams with joy, a chuckle escaping her lips. She looks in your direction. The smile slowly fades, giving place to a deep concern. She looks back at her mother, then to you. The siblings all look at each other, wondering whose blood it was that sated her. The color drains from Hyatt's face, their eyes fixated on the concrete. The tray falls from her hands, its sounds echoing over and over again. The siblings gather around one another, blocking your view. You hear murmurs, and then more footsteps. They must be looking for you among the bodies on the floor, picking them up one by one, dropping each back on the floor.
Now, where is that blood bag?
Over here, I'm quiet. Shh. Faranak seems to yell out some orders, mentioning you by name. You hear even more unintelligible voices, but you can't make out the words past the pounding of your heart. The family split off in a hurry. Hayat hurries herself over to you, kneeling down. You snatch her arm, scared for your life and paralyzed with fear, but she pushes it away.
I want you to run.
I can't.
You don't have a choice. You either make a run for it now while they still don't know it's you, or you sit here until someone finds you and I can't protect you anymore.
She kisses your forehead. You hesitate, paralyzed in fear, but she pulls your body up from the couch and pushes you forward to the direction of the exit.
I'll come find you. I promise.
Oh, okay, so that's the good ending. I guess. Good ending so far. God damn. Alright. So the mom wants to die. Mostly. I guess. Wait, how the hell do you get a good ending with this dude? He's full of murder. Well, okay. I might play the other routes, I guess. But yeah, that was the vampire dating game. uh Either way, even the good ending is not good, I guess, so far. But yeah, it's nice. I like the art and there's voice acting. The mom doesn't have an actress yet. But maybe they'll add that later. And there's the Kickstarter link. So yeah. I had fun. I hope you had fun too, and I'll see you next time. Bye.